What's up? What's up? Just the JP in the house. This is just a conclusion to part 3 of How to Wake Up Black Man, Woman, and Anyone Else, Probability Zero. The whole point of this part 3 is to create a safe environment for the police officer or officers from their perspective, and that's it. That's the whole thing. There was this one black cop. He was out of uniform, and these couple of white cops were. I don't know if they were white. I can't say white, but and I think they probably were. I'm not sure, but these other two cops came, and his brother was black and stuff, and so he went to assist them, and he's not thinking. You know, he's thinking, I'm a police officer. They're police officers, so they're going to accept me, or it's okay for me to do that. But what they're thinking is they're in uniform, and he's walking towards them, and he's unidentified. There's no form of identification of who he is or whatever. So he may have said to them, I'm a cop or something like that, and he went to reach for his wallet, but they're thinking to themselves, okay, well, it's not like anyone's going to say, okay, fine, come on. You know, some people might not. The chances are they might not, because I think they were dealing with some type of a crime or something like that. And so he reached for his wallet, and he didn't show up to work ever again. So, and what it was basically was that they felt that they were threatened. You know, and sure, you know, of course, there are reasons because the United States and history, but we don't have to go through all that. The whole thing is that black cops should have been thinking like that, you know, and people should think, you know, you just don't take it for granted because you're in a certain situation that you can do things, you know, especially when it's a serious matter involving cops and stuff, especially when they're on the crime scene and stuff like that. And what he should have did was before he said anything, he should have already had his wallet out. He should have had his badge shown and facing out in front of them and say, hey, you need some help? I'm a police officer. Here's my ID. And then maybe they would have trusted him. Maybe they would not have trusted him. I don't know. You know, and maybe I'm thinking he didn't get a chance to show it to him, but I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. And, you know, then the whole situation would have been non-threatening for them. So that's all I'm saying. You know, if you want to wear your wallet, fine. The whole thing is you don't keep your ID in front of your body, you know, and so that your hands don't have to disappear. That's all I'm saying. And as far as keeping it around your neck and stuff like that, it can be under your shirt or whatever, but it's the same thing. Like when you go into a lot of these corporations right now and stuff, you know, everyone is wearing identification tags. And if you walk in there and you don't have an identification tag, then the security is not going to let you in. And what is the identification cards for? Is to provide security and make everyone else who's there to feel secure about being there. And if anyone happens to get by and they don't have any identification on them, then everyone's going to that person will be approached. So if you can keep that kind of attitude in the streets, because nowadays, you know, things are going real crazy and stuff, and maybe in some of these good neighborhoods or not, I mean, it doesn't matter. The whole point is you got to create harmony, you know, and keep the threat or the perception of a threat in the eyes of a police officer to 0. And it doesn't matter, because I'm sure there are black cops. Like it was this one black woman. She was a cop, and she stopped these two brothers, and I think it was maybe another white cop with them. And while she was frisking them and stuff like that, one of the brothers, he kind of twitched because she must have touched a sensitive part of his body, and she dropped back, pulled out her weapon. The guy didn't ever show up to work again, you know. And I believe she got a medal for it or something like that. I don't want to put that in, but I think it was or something like that. but this was a while ago. Well, what I'm saying is, that's why I said, I am because it's totally ridiculous. When police officers stop you, the first thing they do is to tell you if they draw their guns on you or whatever, they should put you in handcuffs. It doesn't make any sense for them to have the gun out on you unless they're prepared to use it and everything. But if you're a civilian and stuff, then all the possibility of threatening and things can be totally eliminated by putting you in handcuffs. And then while he's doing that, he can move all he wants. He might get tasered or anything else might happen. But at least, he'll be around the next day and stuff like that, or she'll be around. And it happens to anyone, white, black, Asian, whatever, in many countries. What happened, there was this video that came out the other day, and the same thing happened, I think, in I forget which country it was. I don't want to say one country, but in the Middle East or in India or something like that, almost the exact same thing happened, where this person, started, same thing happened, but it wasn't in America, and so all I'm just saying is keep it as non-threatening as you can. And it was also, they said the thing about the dashboard was extreme and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, I did that, and this was back in 1990, between 1990 and 1993, when I came back from the Philippines. And I noticed, because me and my daughter, me and my wife, we was in Westwood. And it was this one cop, and I knew he shouldn't be a cop because he was just way too, personal, maybe when he was coming, because he was short, so maybe he had a lot of problems when he was young, and so he's bringing those thoughts and stuff with him to work and stuff. So my wife, he's white, she's white, and I was taking pictures, and then he came over there and started saying, you can't take pictures and stuff, because something was going on. And I'm like, why not? And then he went to reach for my wife, and he kind of like swatted at my baby because she was holding her. And so I grabbed his arm, and I could have been shot and killed, But I grabbed his arm and I said, what are you doing? That's my baby. Don't do that. I don't know what it is. It could be a package for all I know. And I'm like, huh? But, it was a white cop and it was a white woman. He got his, now his emotions are so out of whack that, anything could have happened, And I'm not going to let anything happen to my daughter, And at that time, though, police just wasn't Westwood, because it depends on the area that you're in. The cops are not going to shoot you and stuff. Maybe if I was in an all-black neighborhood, then I don't know if that would have even happened or anything. I don't know what would have happened. I really can't say, Maybe I probably wouldn't have went to work the next day either. But a lady cop came over. She was a white lady. She came over, and she said, then me and him got into it, and I said, well, give me your ID, your name and all that stuff, your ID, badge number and stuff, and he would want to get it. Then another lady, police officer, came over and told him to go away and stuff. And then she came to me and she said, listen, the whole thing is when you're taking flashes and stuff like that, camera, the flashes look like gunshots, flashes too, and nobody not going to take the time to listen for a gunshot or anything. Somebody turn around and shoot you because you're taking pictures and stuff, then what you going to do? And then I was thinking like, whoa, that was a good explanation. And after that, I just started thinking, wait, you know what? I'm going to have to make sure that I don't do anything that's going to be perceived as threatening. And so then after that, man, police stopped me, man. My hands are up on the steering wheel. Both of them, I placed them up on the steering wheel.